What's going on, guys? It's your boy Boxing Facts or Fiction. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. So it seems like Manny Pacquiao's out here saying he sees something in Errol Spence Jr. We all know Danny Garcia was saying the same thing, and Manny Pacquiao's out here saying the same thing. Mikey Garcia was the first one to say it. Actually, it was Terrence Crawford who said he see a lot of flaws in Errol Spence Jr., a lot of weaknesses. But Terrence Crawford's a different animal. Mikey Garcia, small guy. Manny Pacquiao, old guy. So it's a difference from Terrence Crawford, Mikey Garcia, and Manny Pacquiao. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and read a little bit of this article with Manny Pacquiao. At least Manny Pacquiao is willing to tell us what he saw or what he sees in Errol Spence Jr., unlike Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia. Manny Pacquiao says Errol Spence Jr. is just like an opponent he defeated in 2001 named Lilo Legwaba. He knocked this guy out, took this guy IBF featherweight world super bantamweight title. But this was at bantamweight. Errol Spence is a different animal at welterweight. You know how many weight classes you got to go down to get to bantamweight? Going into this fight, Manny Pacquiao already lost twice. He got KO'd by one guy from the Philippines, and he got KO'd by one guy from Thailand. Well, TKO by the other guy from Thailand. But anyway, Manny Pacquiao fought the Lilo Legwaba guy. The guy had 33 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. And Manny Pacquiao, he knocked the guy out. But now he's comparing Errol Spence to this guy. I'll go ahead and read a little bit of this article. It talks about Manny Pacquiao. He was taking this elevator to the lobby at the hotel after the Errol Spence Jr. fight. And he was about to catch his flight to Los Angeles. He took a pose and threw a 4-punch combination. And it says it was obvious that when Manny Pacquiao unleashed that fast and furious fusion of blows, he envisioned Spence standing. But according to this article, it talks about Pacquiao not thinking Spence is all that. He thinks Spence is not as ferocious as everybody thinks. Pacquiao had a lot to say. He said he's not convinced, even at 40 years old. He's an 8 division world champion. He's been in the business for like 18 years. He don't believe Spence is as ferocious. He compares Spence to this like wow. But yeah, Pacquiao then went on to say he has to talk to Al Heyman. But he wants to come back in July. That's the date he wants to fight. But he's not really impressed with Errol Spence Jr., even though Spence defeated Mike Garcia in a one-sided fight. He believes he could probably beat Errol Spence Jr. And I was looking at the odds, and the odds are really close. It's not as far as everybody was saying, like Errol Spence would be way ahead. But there's a lot of people who think Manny Pacquiao can beat Errol Spence. So that's why the odds are closer. Can Manny Pacquiao really pull off the upset? Because that'll be pulling off the upset. I think everybody who knows boxing knows that Errol Spence is just too much for Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence is not a Jeff Horn. I mean, Jeff Horn is not a bad fighter, but Errol Spence is a much better fighter than Jeff Horn. Errol Spence Jr. is open to fighting Manny Pacquiao anywhere in the world. He'll fight him in Dubai. He'll fight him. He said that he'll fight him anywhere. He'll fight him in the Philippines. It don't matter. He just wants to fight the legend. And I like that. That Spence is open to fight him anywhere. Even though I believe Spence is the A-side. He's the champion. Well, they're both champion, but Manny Pacquiao has a belt. That's not the #1 belt. Manny Pacquiao has the WBA regular, not the WBA super. Keith Thurman is the WBA super champion. But it'd be a unification bout, somewhat. But Manny Pacquiao, he's not shying away from an Errol Spence Jr. fight. I think that would be the retirement fight, in my opinion. Errol Spence is going to beat the old man into retirement. And Errol Spence made it pretty clear. He's willing to give Manny Pacquiao his retirement check. I mean, a lot of people are going to be on here saying Manny Pacquiao could beat Errol Spence Jr. We're going to see the same thing from the Garcia fight. And if you guys are willing to bet, I'll take all bets. But I don't think Manny Pacquiao at age 40 have a lot in the tank to beat Errol Spence. I think Manny Pacquiao has a lot in the tank to make it a competitive fight. But to beat Errol Spence Jr., I just don't see it, guys. I think Errol Spence at this stage is just too good. The reason why he didn't knock out Mikey Garcia is because he wanted to show the world that he's a boxer as well. He didn't just want to show the world that he just comes forward and just knocked you out. I mean, he had like 11 knockouts in a row before the Mikey Garcia fight. He had like 11 to 12 knockouts in a row before the Mikey Garcia fight. But in the Mikey Garcia fight, he just wanted to show a lot of skills. And show skills did he. Because he showed a one-sided beatdown. He dominated Mikey Garcia from the first round to the last round. Mikey Garcia just froze up after the first round. Those body shots just slowed him down. Mikey Garcia was just a fat guy in there and just couldn't move. It's like Mikey Garcia was stuck. He just couldn't throw punches. Errol Spence dominated Mikey Garcia. He beat him like he's his son or something, like his son. Like he stole some cookies from the cookie jar. That's bad of a beating Errol Spence gave Mikey Garcia. But I like the fact that Manny Pacquiao actually breaks down what he thinks he sees in Errol Spence Jr. and even compares him to one of his opponents. All these other guys that say they see something in Errol Spence Jr., they don't really tell us. They don't really tell us what they see. Manny Pacquiao actually told us what he saw. He's seen a style in Errol Spence Jr. that remind him of a guy named Ludwaba. Do I agree with that? Do Manny Pacquiao realize the huge size advantage that Errol Spence will have in that fight? Ludwaba was a bantamweight. Errol Spence Jr. is a naturally big welterweight. But there are rumors that Manny Pacquiao wanted to fight Danny Garcia. And there's rumors that Manny Pacquiao wanted to fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was really high on his list. But now he's showing interest in Errol Spence Jr. Will that fight ever happen? Errol Spence is ready to go in July. I think Manny Pacquiao should take this fight. This would be the toughest fight of his career, in my opinion. The reason why this would be Manny Pacquiao's toughest fight, because here's a young guy, and Errol Spence Jr., who's undefeated in his prime, never lost before, a champion in his prime. Manny Pacquiao is 40 years old. A lot of people believe he's out his prime. Of course he's out his prime. This is a young, hungry lion who has all the abilities to be the next Floyd Mayweather. This will be the toughest fight for Manny Pacquiao in his career. Tougher than the Mayweather fight, tougher than any other fight he's ever been in my opinion. I mean, even in a prime Manny Pacquiao, this would be a tough fight for Manny Pacquiao to win. In my opinion, a prime Manny Pacquiao, it would be a tough fight for Manny Pacquiao to win. Because Errol Spence is a big dude. And he takes punches well. I think Manny Pacquiao should go ahead and take that Errol Spence Jr. fight. I mean, he sounds confident. Even though his trainer said he wants Manny Pacquiao, his conditioning trainer said he wants Manny Pacquiao to fight Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman. They're not interested in Errol Spence Jr. But Manny Pacquiao's out here saying he sees something in Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is a different kind of animal. Errol Spence Jr. isn't Adrian Broner. Errol Spence Jr. isn't Chris Algieri. Errol Spence Jr. isn't none of these guys that Manny Pacquiao recently beat. He isn't Jesse Vargas. Errol Spence Jr. is a different kind of animal, guys. He's a special fighter. He's an elite fighter at the highest level. Even though Manny Pacquiao's out here saying he sees a lot of stuff in Errol Spence Jr., Errol Spence Jr. isn't ferocious. Errol Spence Jr. isn't as good as everybody is out here making him to be. But I don't see Manny Pacquiao taking this fight, guys. I would love to see Manny Pacquiao take this fight. Hopefully Al Haymon can put some pressure on him to take this fight, because that'll have to be what Al Haymon needs to do. That was the same situation with Terrence Crawford. Manny Pacquiao, he was out here talking trash, saying he wanted to fight Terrence Crawford. Bob Arum put some pressure on Manny Pacquiao to make that fight. What Manny Pacquiao do? Duck Terrence Crawford and go fight Jeff Horn. He tried to cherry pick, and what happened? Cherry picking went wrong. Manny Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn because he tried to cherry pick. You can't be cherry picking at that age. If you're gonna lose, at least lose to one of the top guys. Don't go lose to a guy that nobody knew, a guy that can't beat none of the top guys, just because you wanted to go cherry pick. If you want to go out to be remembered in the sport, because we're gonna remember you for all the stuff you already did, but if you want to go out with a bang, at least go out losing to one of the top guys. Don't just go out. So now we know Manny Pacquiao ducked Terrence Crawford, even though Bob Arum himself came out and said it multiple times that Manny Pacquiao didn't want to fight. And even Bob Arum said he didn't want to fight for Manny Pacquiao. He said he felt bad for Manny Pacquiao. At that age, Manny Pacquiao wouldn't take punches well. His cranium, his skull is not really safe to take big punches from these young guys. No matter what Bob Arum says, these fanboys are still going to say what they want to say. They're still going to believe what they want to believe. They're still going to say Manny Pacquiao would beat guys like Terrence Crawford, beat guys like Errol Spence Jr. Even though the guy's 40 years old, you guys still think he'll beat these elite fighters. Okay, guys, you are free to believe what you want to believe, but we that actually know the difference, we that actually know Manny Pacquiao can compete with these guys but can't beat these guys. There's a difference from competing and beating these guys. So he's going to make it a competitive fight, but he's not going to win the fight. That's the difference. We're not saying Manny Pacquiao is just going to get blown out the water. We're saying it's going to be a competitive fight, but he's going to lose the fight. That's all we're saying. We're not saying Manny Pacquiao can't compete at the highest level. We're just saying he can't win. I don't see Manny Pacquiao fighting Errol Spence Jr. anytime soon. I want Manny Pacquiao to prove me wrong. We know Manny Pacquiao is notorious for saying stuff, but doing the opposite. Manny Pacquiao does that a lot. I mean, he says a lot of stuff, but then do the opposite. I mean, this is getting old. You can't say stuff like that if you don't really mean it. If you say stuff like that, you gotta mean it. If you think you see Senator Errol Spence Jr., go take advantage. We have to stop giving guys like Manny Pacquiao breaks. We have to stop giving Manny Pacquiao breaks. But I believe this fight may have a chance, a huge possibility of happening, because Manny Pacquiao says he has to talk to Al Haymon. And Errol Spence definitely did tell us when he met up with Terrence Crawford in that face-off, not face-off, but little epic meetup. Errol Spence told us what his career was panning out to be. Errol Spence told Terrence Crawford right to his face, "Why would I take the hard route when I could take the easy route? Al Haymon already told me I'm going to fight Mikey Garcia next. Then I'm going to fight Keith Thurman or Sean Porter. Or I'm going to fight Manny Pacquiao." That's what Errol Spence said. And this was months ago, before the Mikey Garcia fight. Months ago. So, we'll see if that comes to fruition. So, according to Errol Spence Jr., Al Haymon has already planned out his career. He was supposed to fight Mikey Garcia, either Keith Thurman or Sean Porter, and then Manny Pacquiao. Al Haymon told him to take the easy route instead of fighting Terrence Crawford. That's what Errol Spence said. But yeah, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification icon for more videos like this.